Hello, my name is Paul Regan. I'm from the Insight School of Art in London. I'm going to show you how to paint some buildings. I'm going to start off with imagining a building where we're looking at the front edge, the nearest corner of the building to us. And I'm going to produce this in what we call two-point perspective. So first of all, I'm going to imagine that my eye line is about door height across here. And I'm going to take the line from the bottom of the corner to what we call the vanishing point, somewhere along that eye line. And I can take the top to that same vanishing point as well. I'm just drawing with some raw umber, oil paint, a little bit thinner to help it draw. I'm going to use a line just to show the end and the end. And imagine this is a sort of a modernist block where we've got a cube there. If we wanted to turn it into a house with an apex roof, and we want the triangle to be somewhere here, then the best thing to do is take a cross from corner to corner, and that point there shows us how far back in perspective the apex roof needs to be. So I can now put the apex roof in like that, and this line here is going to go to the same, it's on the same building, so it's going to go to the same vanishing point down here. And I can put the other end in like that. Now, if I think about where the light source is coming from, I want to pretend the light source is coming from here. So this side is going to be in shadow, the roof is going to be the lightest, and this will be a tone in the middle. So I'm going to put the one in shadow first, just sketching with the raw umber. Might add a tiny bit of ultramarine to darken it, and I can sketch that side of that building in there. And this side here won't be so dark, so I'm just going to add some white to the same colour. Now obviously all buildings are different, you look at buildings from different viewpoints, but this is just a guide of how you might like to approach when you're sitting out there looking at a building, how you might want to approach the challenge of getting it right in perspective. I'm going to make the roof much lighter. I've added a little bit of extra white. And block that in, it's getting smaller as it gets further away. And there's my building shape. If I wanted to put some windows in, I need to consider perspective as well. So I'm going to go back to my dark colour, and if I wanted a window here, then that window is going to get smaller as it gets further away, going towards that vanishing point. So it's going to be a shape a bit like that. I'm putting it in fairly dark. And the next one will get even smaller, like so, it's going further away. And if we had a door, say we had it here, that'd also go to the vanishing point. I could fit it in here. Now if we were flying over in a helicopter, our viewpoint would be very different. I'd still start with the front corner, which would be here, but our eye line is no longer the height of the door. I'm going to have my eye line now because I'm flying over right up here. So I can take those lines to my vanishing points, like that, and here. Put my sides in, and as you can see now, we're looking on top of the roof. A mistake that lots of people make when they're drawing outside and they're looking at a house like this and they know that there's a roof on top and they want to put in the view from the top. But always think about where are you and what can you really see when you're looking. So if you're in a helicopter, you would be able to see on top. Once again, if it's an apex roof, I put the X in to make sure that I get the middle point, do my line down, go to the vanishing point across here, which is almost horizontal, and there's my shape. If I'm going to go dark here again, I'm going to block that in dark. Where the shadow is, always think about where the sun's going to be coming from. Then maybe that's got a bit more light on it. There. And the top, where the light's very bright. Can put the roof in much brighter. With oil paints, if it feels a bit sticky when you're putting the paint on, and just add a little bit of linseed oil or a bit of thinner. Linseed oil gives it that nice sort of oily finish quality, and then that will help the paint move around more. Now if you're painting a skyscraper, we can use the same principle, but we can make the first line much taller. So painting a skyscraper, the front edge of much taller, right to here. Have my vanishing points maybe right over here, one over here. Oh, sorry, actually on our eye line. Let's start from our eye line being low down first of all. So we've got the perspective here, and then the top is going to be coming right down, very steep like that. With our front edge, we've got the sides. Now, because we're lower down, this is nearer to us, we need to think about 3-point perspective, which means as things get further away, they get smaller. So I'm actually going to put a slant on that, so it gets smaller as it gets higher up, as it gets further away. So our skyscraper, one side, let's have it in shadow, like that. And we'll have a lighter side, so you can see the shape like that. So the sides are not only getting smaller as they get further away, this way and this way, they're also getting smaller as it gets further up the skyscraper and further away to the top. And finally, a skyscraper from above, we can start with that nearest line again. This time the eye level is above the skyscraper. We can take the lines to the vanishing points. Much steeper at the bottom now. And the sides will be getting narrower as it goes down the building, as they get further away, like so. Put those to the opposite corners. And that gives you an idea of looking down, and you can land your helicopter on the top there.